Mm-mm. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, lovies, what's up? So we are gonna drop into what happens when you're afraid to win and why you're afraid to win, right? So when you're feeling like I've been hearing this from so many clients and students, I mean always, but especially lately, because these things tend to come in waves. That everyone is not they're not going all in on what they know works, right? The tools, the practices, the actions that they know their body is offering up as truth, like take this fucking action to get to the result, to actually magnetize the result to you. They know the things, but they're not either doing them or they're half-assing them. I say this to you, I say this to me, right? So what's happening in the collective, and what I'm seeing is that everyone is so busy fighting themselves that they are not even able, they don't have the energy left over, they don't have the presence left over to actually suit up against resistance and go to town on resistance and actually allow themselves to move the needle on what matters most. And when this happens, and I see this over and over again, myself and others, this, come on, like you're a creator, you're a creator, you're one of the wild ones, you're a freaking multidimensional messenger with me. You know that if you're sitting there fighting yourself, it's because you haven't actually committed to what you are here to take a stand against. So, meaning the thing that your soul is like, this is what we are here to draw a line in the sand and step over the line, erase that fucker behind us, and to go all in on this thing, right? Some sort of a remembrance, some sort of reclamation, some sort of untaming and rewilding. You know what it is. You may not have the exact words for it. You may not be able to express it to others. You may not have your perfect 30-second elevator pitch, which, I mean, come on, anyways, right? But like you may not be able to fully like tell someone what it is, but you know, your body knows, your soul knows what the thing is, what you are here to take that stand for. And until you are committed to that, until you are actually doing the work every single day, until you become the work, until the work becomes you. And I don't mean hustle your ass off with no end in sight and you're just doing all the things just to do them, and then you're so proud because you're working so hard and you're always so busy. I'm not talking about that. I mean the work, the deep work, the soul work, the medicine, the thing that was born to you and only you to be birthed at the time that we are in right now. That work, when you allow that work to become you, you become the work. It moves through you, you breathe it. You are so fully embodied and in the space of devotion and reverence with the work, that medicine as it's moving through you. You can't not take the stand against the thing, or two things: take a stand against what you know you're here to take a stand against, and take a stand for what you know you are here to stand for. And so this might be a cause, this might be a message. Of course it's a message, you're a messenger, but it might be a message that is related to a cause. But there is, no matter what, there's some sort of a thing, the thing that drives you. And until you fully go all in on that and actually show up in the way that your body is like, oh yeah, we're actually in the fight, like the real fight. We're here, we're fighting resistance, we're battling resistance, we're showing up day after day, no matter what. That's when you stop fighting yourself. That's when you stop fighting your body. That's when you stop the insanity of trying to be all the things to all the people except being who you actually came here to be. And so the invitation, I always talk about the invitation here, the portal that your body offers up here, is to look at, okay, so how much time, how much fucking time are we spending every single day fighting ourselves, rather than drawing that line in the sand, crossing over it, erasing it behind us, and doing the damn work, being the damn work? How much energy, how much time are we wasting, expending, burning ourselves out on, squirreling out on, instead of actually doing the work? So why do we do this? Why, right? One, we very often haven't allowed ourselves to own the mission at hand, right? We haven't allowed ourselves to say like, okay, this is the mission and I'm going all in. And I don't mean you have to have full perfect clarity and the full perfect message and the full perfect website and the full perfect, whatever and all the things. I'm not saying that. No. But there's does that stuff matter? Maybe only if it matters to you, right? That's the only time it matters. So it's not about that. So you don't have to have that perfect full clarity, yay, 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 but you do have to be in that energy of commitment and saying like, okay, I may not know the exact steps, I may not know the exact appearance of the path. I may not know if it's a dirt path or it's over there, it's a path through the jungle, or if it's this or whatever it is, but you know that there's a path and you're committed to being on it and you are on it every single day. And that's what it's going to take to actually move past the fears and the encoding and the trauma and the drama that has kept you from actually walking that path in the first place, that has kept you from going all in, that is keeping you now fighting yourself rather than being out and fighting resistance and doing the damn thing and being the damn work every single day forever and ever. Amen. Infinitum. Right. And so when you're in the space of, okay, well, why am I doing this? Why am I still over here? Because it doesn't feel safe, right? Like your body hasn't felt safe for you to go all in. Your body hasn't felt like, wow, like we have the actual capacity, we can handle this in our nervous system and go all in without, having a complete nervous system shit storm happen of epic proportion, right? Like until your body is like, okay, wow, you know what? Actually winning, going all in, doing the damn thing, cultivating the deepest level of self mastery that you have ever allowed yourself to experience. That, like being at that level, that it's this level of mastery, this level of elite performance, in on every layer and every level, until you allow yourself to seriously sit down and okay, how has it not felt? How has it not felt secure for me to be that person? And then what do you have on allowing yourself to fully succeed, to fully go all in, to be at that level of mastery, to fucking win, to win at the true battle at hand, and stop fighting yourself as a way of not going all in on the thing that matters most. So what comes up when you actually think about going all in? What comes out when you feel about, like when you feel into going all in? What does your body begin to offer up to you? What are the emotions? What's the energy? Where's the constriction around actually being this completely elevated, all in, dynamic as fuck, like turned on, erotic, thriving level of mastery type self? Like what is your body mind? What do you have on actually allowing that? Hi, my love, Tiny Hands Tarot. Oh my God, do I ever need this message? I'm so frozen and self-sabotaging right now. Yeah, like when we're in that space of, okay, so and this is something that I've said, that I've heard so many times, like, why am I self-sabotaging? Why are these blocks coming up? Why am I sitting with the same block that I thought I got rid of? Like I thought I had worked through this like 3 years ago. Why is this showing up again? And so when we're in that space, they're all opportunities, they're all portals for us to go deeper. Our body is showing our body shows us stuff when it feels like, okay, there's like a window, there's like this tiny gap in the window that we're able to actually work with this piece that has probably been sitting in our system for decades and decades. So when your body offers this up and you're like, wow, I have awareness around this place that I'm sabotaging, around this place that I've got these blocks, that I'm feeling this constriction. When I'm in that space, then okay, what am I using this space to either not look at and avoid, or what am I using this space to not feel, or or how am I using this space as a way to completely distract me from going all in on the thing that I know I'm here to go all in on? Again, I'm not saying you have to have the perfect clarity, I'm not saying that you have to have like the perfect the perfect whatever opt-in or landing page, and I'm just saying like a lot of online stuff, since pretty much everyone's doing online stuff right now. But like whatever it is, like and again, like when we're doing in person humaning stuff, this could be like you have to have the perfect the perfect gallery opening. It has to be, like the have to have the perfect stage, I have to have the perfect whatever it is, all the things. I'm not saying that. No. What I'm talking about is the clarity that you already have. Like, and I like, and if you're with me, then you have the clarity, like hands down, you have the clarity. If you're attracted to my message, if you're attracted to my medicine and the message that like whatever the magic as it moves through me, then you already have enough clarity. You have the clarity that you need to actually take the next steps to move the needle on the things that matter most. So the question, the inquiry then becomes like, okay, so if I fully trusted and believed in, and I knew that it was safe for me to actually access this clarity that's already here, then what would that clarity be? What would I be asked? What is my body asking me to move the needle on? What is my body offering up as a portal during this time? Rat 11, I was just talking to myself about it, right? Like the stuff that like we get attracted to specific things at like specific times, and these synchronicities, they're offered up to us, and then it's up to us to actually pay attention to them or to or to ignore them again. And sometimes you'll have to see them over and over and over again and before you actually start to pay attention. My excuse is always money. I have no money. I have no time because I have to always get to the money. It's like I'm always working just to pay bills and I'm still always behind. It's frustrating. It makes me want to give up in life. Yeah. And the thing is, like, obviously, like, we life, right? Yes to life. And it's hard, like, when we're not able to see the results, or to feel like we're actually making progress. And so there's like I always say, like, but just obviously, if there's ever any like self-harm or self-danger and any of these things, then please, like, always seek professional support around these things. And also, if it's just kind of in that day-to-day space where it's just like, fuck, this is hard, like, this is hard, it can be a challenge to actually witness yourself because you're so in it. So that's saying, like, it's hard to see the forest through the trees. It's hard to see the forest through the trees when you're in the day to day and you're in the muck and you're like, what, like, how am I supposed to actually like move the needle when I can't even see the needle? I'm not even sure that there is a needle, like, because you're so in the day to day. So one thing that we can all do whenever we feel like we're just like so in the shit that we can't see, like, we can't, like, we feel like we don't have the room to even explore the next level, or to explore like like that level of mastery, is to take, like, whatever you're doing, whatever you're going, like, doing throughout the day, 5 minutes, right? And if you can't find 5 minutes, you find 1 minute, right? Like, whatever it might be, you find that time and you allow yourself to slow down. And that's it. Like, you allow yourself to slow down, and you physically slow down, physiologically slow down. So your breathing, your heart rate, physically, like, actually slow down the movement of your body, and just connect, just reconnect to self, reconnect to soul, reconnect to your body, reconnect to the truth that is always there. It's always been there. Everything else and everyone else is just trying to distract you away from that truth. Sometimes we try to distract ourselves away from that truth. But if you can give yourself that practice, and then that practice of 1 minute or 5 minutes, it becomes a longer practice, or it becomes a more frequent practice, it becomes a daily practice. You can take that 1 minute and 5 minutes, especially if you have like 5 minutes, to slow yourself down, to breathe, and then to write out, like, okay, so what am I feeling in this moment? What do I have on this moment? Meaning, like, what am I thinking? Where is the expansion? Where is the portal? Where is the constriction? Where is the stuff that I'm replaying over and over and over again? Where am I stuck on this? I call it the creative hamster wheel of doom, where we just like create this reality loop for ourselves. And then we say, like, I can't move forward until I have X. Like, I can't move forward until I have the money, but I can't have the money until I have the business that is completely filling me up and turning on my soul. So, but I can't have this until I have this. I can't have that until I have this other thing. And then we go on this reality loop of our own making at this point, because we keep telling ourselves the same thing over and over again. So we got to get out of our head and drop it all down into our body. And that's when we're able to actually begin to access the things, the medicine, the message, the magic that are I'm all into the M's right now, that our body is offering up to us as a way to not to get, like, so here's the thing. Everyone thinks that we have to, oh my God, I have to get rid of this thing that I don't want. I have to get over it. Oh my God, I hate this thing so much. It's not about getting rid of the things that you know, like you're not fully aligned with, or that you're not like so much, like you're not completely in love with in your life, how do you integrate them? So instead of trying to force them away and getting super frustrated and angry and like, oh, and all that does is make them stay even more, because there's so much of a charge that there's still so much of a lesson and so much medicine and teachings that needs to come through. It just stays. But once we're able to say, okay, like, so this is fucking, it's here. This is here. This is here, and this is the medicine. Great. How does this medicine want to be integrated into my body? Rather than trying to push it away, how can I actually integrate and allow the medicine to do the work that it needs to do in my life, in my body right now? And that's a question, that's an inquiry that you can drop into every single day. Um, oh, Andrea, how are you, love? Leopard print kid here. That's so funny. I love your transmission, hits me hard every time. Miss your energy and loving this. I want to talk about your one-on-one coaching soon. Yes, yes, for sure. Just go ahead and you can either DM me on Instagram at Nikka Karli, or just you can contact me on my site. What is it? nikkakarli.com/contact. Is that right? /contact. Good God, I should know this. See, you can still have your own message and you can do the medicine and forget what your actual pages are on your own website. I think it's nikkakarli.com/contact, whatever you're ready. And if you're in, like, anyone, like if you are ready to do deeper work, I just opened up my mixtape of practices. This is like down and dirty, quick and dirty embodiment and excavation rituals. You can go to joinrecalibrate.com. It is fucking amazing. It opens up next week. It's all self-study, so you don't have to do it at a specific time or whatever it is, but there are multiple practices that drop you into the feminine, the moon, the yin, that also drop you other practices that drop you into the masculine, the sun, the yang. And there's resourcing, there's grounding, there's cosmic ceremony. Like if you love my my stuff, then you are definitely going to want to get into Recalibrate. And it's one of the things that it's been coming through. So this is actually, I appreciate you, love. This is something that goes to what we're talking about, to allowing yourself to actually step into your own mastery. This mixtape of rituals is something that people have been asking me for, like, for years and years and years. And I was always like, man, nah, like I'll put a ritual in this program, and I'll have some rituals in this program, and I always have like rituals in whatever I do, because I'm a ritual person. And but I hadn't really just released this mixtape that I knew this was the thing. Like I knew I needed to, and the name and like the copy, like everything had come through. And like months, so people have been asking for years, but like the full on name and like the actual, like this is volume 1 of my mixtapes, this came through months ago. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do it. And so I had to actually sit with the resistance, and I had to stop fighting myself and actually understand. So, and I like, and you'll see this in, especially like working with me one-on-one, but like I worked for myself. I worked on like the lost aspects of myself, disowned aspects of myself. So really getting into body, mind, consciousness, the psyche, like all of the stuff that had kept me in the space that I was, where I wasn't able, like I felt like I couldn't fully drop into this, and I would keep swirling out on everything else and being like, okay, this and then this and then this, and I'm going to do this and all this stuff. And was it all valid and was it all fucking amazing stuff? Yes, but that's resistance. Resistance is a tricky little fucker, because it will show up in ways that sound like truth and they feel like right, and they're all absolute, like, oh my God, that's so good. Like, of course I'm going to do that. Of course I'm going to do that. Yes. Oh, that too. Of course. So resistance doesn't show up as stuff that you'd be like, no, that's stupid. I of course would choose this thing of soul. I wouldn't choose this. No, resistance is going to show you stuff that looks, oh, it looks so good. It looks so right. And it's gonna fool you, and it's gonna lie. It's gonna lie, and it's gonna have you fighting yourself over and over and over again. And when we're in that, I call it the frequency of fragmentation, because we're like, okay, this is the thing, but maybe it's this thing, but I kind of want this thing, but I also want this thing. Which one is right? I don't know. And then you go back and forth and back and forth, and you kind of take action here, then you stop, and then you kind of take action here, and then you stop, and or you just take no action whatsoever and you go on into a full on freeze response. But either way, your energy is so back and forth that you're fragmenting yourself. You're fragmenting your efforts, you're fragmenting your actions, you're fragmenting your wisdom, you're fragmenting your emotional capacity for what you're able to hold in your body and actually feel calm and safe and dropped in and grounded in your nervous system. So when we're in that space of like, again, we got to slow down. We got to slow down. It doesn't mean you do nothing, but sometimes it does mean you do nothing, because when you're just taking action to take action as a way of avoiding the thing that you know you're supposed to be going all in on, you don't move the needle. Nothing actually happens. Nothing shifts for you, right? Nothing shifts for you. You just keep going and going and going and going. You're on that creative hamster wheel of doom all over again, right? And so for me, recalibrate was this thing like I knew it was. Oh, I knew that this was the thing. I knew that mixtapes were happening. I knew that offering rituals in a really, like, this is the lowest price offering that I've done in like forever. And I want it to be in the hands of all my peeps. I have like full on, like, it's going into like funnel. Let's go, like, it's all the magic. I knew that this was all the magic. And still I was like, recalibrate, what's that? What should I do with it? I don't know. Like, I just went into this whole like la, 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 like fingers in the ears, stick my head in the sand, go do a whole bunch of other things. And so finally, when I allowed myself to actually do the practices, right? When I allowed myself to just slow down enough that I was able to, okay, take one step, do one practice, do one thing, listen for 1 minute, then take an action that was born from that minute. Okay, then journal on the thing that came up from that 1 minute. Okay, and then like, and that's what it is. And so in recalibrate, I wanted it to be. So here's what I found with which you might, I'm sure you have yourself, right? We we can have all of the freaking practices and all of the tools, and like for me, it's like I've been coaching for over 2 decades and teaching and doing all the things, and I have a lot. I also have like a ridiculous desire to know all the things. And so I've had so many mentors and done so many programs and certifications and, like my degrees and like all the things. And I'm like, yes, and like I soak it all up. But that also means like that there's a lot of stuff that's going around up in here. And it means that there are a lot of options for practices. And I realized that when I would even think about a practice for a day-to-day, like ongoing, no matter what, like this is the goddessing the fuck up that is every single day, like no matter, like come hell or high water, this is going to get done. I could not, like my body just did not have the space, and generally still does not have the space for me to do an hour, 90-minute practice every single day, plus get in a workout, plus create content, plus coach clients, plus teach in certification programs, like to do all of the things that I love doing, but also having like an hour, 90-minute practice every single day was not going to fucking happen. Like it was not happening. And so I really had to just kind of like buckle down and say, like, if this is a challenge for me, then it's probably a challenge for my soulmate peeps as well. And so recalibrate is, it's the thing that I knew I needed and that I wanted everyone else to have as well. And so when you're dropping in, and so that being said, blah blah blah, like the practices in recalibrate, they're like 10 to 20 minutes, like you can stuff that you can actually do to embody the fuck out of who you came here to be every single day. And point of it is like, so we can think that we have to have all of this stuff in place and that it has to be all huge and dramatic and all of the things, and then it's almost like we psych ourselves out from going all in on what we know our body, what we know our soul is asking of us, demanding of us, commanding of us to actually say yes to and go all in on right now, to access that level of mastery that we know we are here to access as a creator, as a lover, as a human, right? As a soul on this human experience, we know fuck, if you're with me, then you know that level, that level of mastery, that elite, like, performance, like you crave it. And it's only in the things that turn on your soul, not on every level, like, right? Like there are many, many things that you could not care less about, right? Like me cleaning my room, right? Cleaning floors, cooking, anything that has to do with household stuff. Like it does not turn on my soul, right? So I'm not worried about being elite level at any of these things. But the things that do matter, the creation, the reclamation, the sovereignty, the teaching, the like, space holding, yes. And so what is it that you need, right? What do you need to allow yourself to go all in on that level, that mastery, that level of winning, right? Like, what does your body need to actually allow you to win at the things that you care about, that matter to you most? Not that matter to anybody else, but that matter to you. Yes. Methinks that's it for today. Yep. I think that's all, folks. So again, if you desire to drop in and you want those practices and you want them good, there is a bonus for you. If there's a bonus live call with me, because the program itself, the mixtapes, it's all self-study. You can self-practice really. But if you want to work with me and have go into deep ceremonial space, yes, into deep ceremonial space with me, then you've got to sign up by March 31st. Ote. So you can go to joinrecalibrate.com. I highly fucking invite you to do it right now, because these practices are going to blow your soul wide the fuck open. And if you are in that stuck place, this is going to help you actually drop in on the daily. So not sometimes, not hit or miss, but actually every day dropping in, being in the embodied space of commitment to not only to winning, but to being, like to that beingness, that level of mastery that you know is what you are all about and what your soul is all about. So joinrecalibrate.com. Thank you so much for watching, for hanging out with me. I love you. Share this out. Make sure, let's do the YouTube things, right? Make sure you're subscribed. Turn on that little, hit that bell to turn on notifications. Hit that little like button. all the YouTube jazz. The YouTube jazz. Yes, the YouTube jazz. Yes, that's what I said. That's what I meant. Do all the things. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. As always, here's to your untaming. My wild ones.